Today on RUTV, we hear more about senior prom.
Then we go into depth on a local student-run foundation.
And later, we hear from the Beach Cities Health District. It all starts right now on RUTV.
Good morning, Seahawks. Today's Friday, May 14th, and I'm Bella Hines.
And I'm Taitem Brown. To start off this show, we have some exciting news about senior prom. Bella, did you know that prom will be $80 with ASB, $90 without from May 13th to May 23rd, and $90 with ASB and $100 without from May 24th to June 3rd?
I did not know that, but I did hear that seniors will need to show proof of full vaccination or a negative COVID test prior to entry into the event. Also, that only seniors can go this year.
Well, seniors, if you want to attend prom on June 4th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. on RUHS campus, you will need to find another senior to take. And remember, no outside students are allowed to go to prom this year.
I am a little sad that I can't take my juniors to prom this year, but in other news, the Beach Cities Health District does a lot for us, like vaccine distribution.
Let's see this PSA from them with a very important topic.
When I hear the word vaping, I think nasty.
Disgusting.
Dangerous.
The first word that comes to mind for me when I think of vaping is gateway.
Whenever I think of vaping, I think it's as an alternative to smoking.
Popcorn lung and how nicotine really does make a big problem in your life.
Probably community. I think that vaping provides an opportunity for a lot of teens and young adults to be able to relate to one another.
The first word I think about when you say vaping is harmful.
I think of teens because I see more teens vaping than I do older adults.
And nicotine does take control of your life.
The U.S. Surgeon General named vaping a youth epidemic.
Serious side effects have been reported, including more than 1,000 cases of vaping-related lung injuries and a death toll that's growing more every day.
Vapes can contain nicotine,
Cancer-causing chemicals,
marijuana,
and other harmful substances.
One single Juul pod can contain as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
And using nicotine during adolescence can increase risk for future addiction to other drugs.
Chemicals found in vapes can cause depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders.
Current vape use increased 78% among high schoolers this last year.
And in the beach cities, nearly 1 in 4 11th graders vape regularly.
Flavors are the leading reason for youth use.
Companies target kids by marketing vape juice in candy and fruit flavors
like bubblegum, strawberry, and watermelon.
More than 85% of vape users ages 12 to 17 use flavored vapes.
Vapes are easy to buy and easy to hide.
4 in 5 Beach Cities 11th graders
reported it's fairly easy or very easy to get vapes.
I'd probably stress that parents make sure not to try to isolate or make their kid feel unloved at home.
I want to tell adults that this is a serious matter that's happening all over the U.S. today, and that teens today are in need of support.
The best way to understand it is to think of it through a kid's point of view.
I would tell adults to tell their children the consequences of vaping because children often hear don't vape, but they don't often hear why not to.
More kids vape than you think.
I think it's always good to just have a full-out conversation where you just talk to each other and don't criticize each other and just talk about the real-world effects.
I want to tell adults that I think I'll be okay.
It's never too early.
It's never too early.
It's never too early
Or too late.
to start the conversation.
Voting is one of the most fundamental rights Americans have. Let's go to Karma to hear more about Texas and voting restrictions.
I'm Karma Sarni, and this is your national news update. Texas lawmakers passed a controversial bill last Friday that restricts voting rights. It expands the presence of poll watchers and sets a high threshold for when observers may be removed, and makes it a felony to give voters an application to vote by mail if they hadn't requested one. In other news, on May 5th, a federal judge vacated a federal ban on evictions. The Department of Justice will be looking into that ruling. That's all for this week's update. Now back to Bella and Taitem talking about a student-run foundation.
Thanks, Karma, for that important news. Now for some local news, we look at the inspiring story of young kids helping out their community's furry friends. Tozy is a nonprofit that sells bracelets to help out local animal shelters. It started out as a project for the pandemic, but now they still keep it up. These kids run the nonprofit with the supervision of adults, but are learning the valuable lessons of being an entrepreneur. These kids make sure the animals are getting enough attention and love with their nonprofit, Tozy.
That's pretty interesting, Tatum. Hermosa Beach has recently named one of their Little League fields after the late Logan Goodwin. Logan tragically passed away in 2017. In his honor, the Goodwin family has been raising funds for their local community in honor of their son. Recent funds went to having a new scoreboard at Clark Field, naming it the new Logan Field.
Hey Bella, I wonder how our Seahawk athletes are doing.
Same here. Let's go to Nathan and Travis for updates on them.
Welcome back to RUTV Sports. I'm Nathan Robertson.
And I'm Travis Wilkins. On Wednesday last week, girls soccer beat Costa 1-0 with their leading goal scorer, Mia Minestrella. Scoring the lone goal that game, girls soccer finished as co-champs of the Bay League last week and will now move on to the CIF playoffs. Good luck, girls.
Girls basketball had 2 games last week. Last Friday the 7th, our girls dominated PV in a great game. Callie Stokes and Maya Williams both played incredibly, with Stokes scoring 21 points and 20 rebounds and Williams scoring 7 points and 14 rebounds to lead their team to victory 43-32. On Friday the 8th, our girls played again, but this time against West Torrance. They fought hard all game to come away on top with a big win, 56-40. Callie Stokes and Ella Zimmerman both played great games, with Stokes scoring 22 points and 18 rebounds, and Zimmerman scoring 12 points and 13 rebounds.
Our wrestling team has had an outstanding season so far. Right now, they're 8-0 on the season, coming off of 2 big wins last week. They destroyed Costa in a great match last Tuesday, winning 75-6, and then 2 days later, they did it again, destroying Beverly Hills 54-16.
Softball played Peninsula last Friday. It was a tight game for the first 3 innings, but our girls picked it up in the 4th and absolutely crushed for the rest of the game. Viviana Rivera started it off for Redondo in the bottom of the 4th inning with a solo home run. The next inning, they followed it up with 5 more runs on an error and a big double from Catherine Wong. Carly Koltko played an amazing game, throwing 12 strikeouts and only allowing Peninsula 1 solid hit the entire game to lead Redondo to a big win, 6-1. Softball is now 7-6 overall in the season and 4-0 in league.
Swim has looked absolutely incredible this season, as the girls varsity team is currently undefeated and have a big meet here against Costa this coming up weekend on Saturday the 15th. Last week on Saturday in a meet against Peninsula, 3 more of our swimmers, Maddie Malone, Macy Campbell, and Sammy Hall, all got new top 20 times for the Redondo record books again. Great job everyone, and good luck tomorrow.
Go Seahawks!
Before we go, if you want to try out for advanced choir for Miss Self, you'll need to get an audition, which will be available until June 1st on a rolling basis for the audition. You will need to prepare a simple song like Happy Birthday. Partake in a quick vocal exercise led by Miss Self to determine your vocal range, and lastly, an easy sight reading or tonal matching exercise. Email Miss Self for an audition slot.
Comedy Sports' first in-person show will be tonight at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. Tickets are $5 at the ASB Finance Office, and seats are limited, so buy yours ASAP. You may even see our very own Karma Sarni there. Go Redondo!
Key Club is collecting school supplies for students at South Park Elementary School who are in desperate need of basic items like pencils, crayons, and notebooks. Collection boxes will be outside the admin office until today. A list of materials can be found in your school email.
Well, that's all for this week, Seahawks. I'm Bella Hines.
And I'm Taitem Brown. Good luck on AP tests, and keep on soaring, Seahawks!